So here's problem number 5. Two ships are steaming away from point O, the origin assumed, along routes that make a 120-degree angle. So let me draw that out. Here's O. Let's make this one going this way, and then let's make it going that way, and let's say 120 degrees between them. There we go. Ship A moves at 14 knots. Okay, so let's call this distance x, and we're being essentially told that dx dt is 14 knots, or nautical miles per hour. Ship B, you know what we should do? Oh, I think we should do this. This is distance, we'll call this distance A, and we'll call it dA dt. We'll call this distance B, and then we're being told that dB dt is 21 knots. All right? How fast are the ships moving apart when OA is 5 and OB is 3? Okay? In other words, we're going to take this line here. Let's give this a name. I'm going to call it, we'll call it C. All right? And they're asking, in this part, what is dC dt when what I called B is 3 and when A is 5?
Do we have to write this part on the test or quiz? Or
Well, I mean, I think all of this is helpful in terms of keeping your thoughts straight. I mean, I've seen how you guys write things down. By the way, can you tell me something? It's really been bothering me. Here's a piece of paper, and here's a question, right? And here's another question. And for some reason, there is this tendency to start writing your answer over here. And then you right, and then you start going back over here.
But at least if you draw an arrow, it makes sense, right?
Can I ask a favor?
For me,
I always start at the bottom right.
Would you mind just starting writing right underneath there, and then if you go up like this, like, just put it out, maybe. If you want to be nice to me one day, you could do that for me. All right, back to this question. All right, we need an equation that are going to tie together our three values, A, B, and C. And this is another one of the reasons why this problem is harder than others, is that it's asking you to remember something that you should have learned in pre-calculus. And that is that A squared plus, started wrong. C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cosine of 120 degrees. Okay, now, I love this formula. This is called the law of cosine. Okay, the Pythagorean theorem works great as long as the angle is 90 degrees between the two adjacent sides. This formula says that if I know two sides and the angle in between, I know everything about this triangle. Wait, in geometry, you learned that there was a theorem called the SAS theorem that basically says if I know side angle side, if the side angle sides of two triangles are the same, the whole triangles are the same. They're congruent. This is the equation equivalent of that idea. If I know a side, the internal side, the included angle, and the other side, I know everything about this one. All right. So there's our equation that ties A, B, and C together. Yes?
Can you prove a point that ASS is not a real theorem in geometry?
Well, anyone who uses the ASS theorem, how could I summarize what I think of them?
Well, that depends on a lot of things. Would you like to go into this?
I'm not going to be able to publish this recording now. What? Okay. Come on, the tape is still rolling here, so let's get, we don't want this to be we don't want to be a 15-minute recording here. All right, so what do we have? We've got a formula that ties all of our variables together. Let's take the derivative of this formula with respect to t. I want to do one thing though before that. I don't want to write cosine of 120. I want to write what is the cosine of 120. I want to write what value that has. What is it? Wait, cosine of 120. 120 in radians. 120 in radians is 4 pi over 3. 4 pi over 3, right? Okay. 4 pi over 3 is in the second quadrant. Cosine is negative in the second quadrant. And now I have to ask, what is the cosine of pi over 3? Cosine of pi over 3, here's pi over 3 right here. And this is a 1, 2, root 3 triangle. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So the cosine of pi over 3 is negative 1/2. So I'm going to rewrite this. C squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2 times a times b times negative 1/2. C squared is equal to a squared plus b squared plus ab. That should make our lives just a little bit easier. I have an expectation that when I took the cosine of 120 degrees, you should be able to do the same. This is not an unreasonable expectation for people in Calculus PC. Without the calculator.
Please let me know.
All right. No time like the present, young lady.
I like cooking.
2c dc dt is equal to 2a dA dt plus 2b dB dt plus a times dB dt plus b times a dA dt. Okay. Did that very quickly. I'm going to guess that the only confusing part of what I just did is going to be here. And that's because I'm taking the derivative of a and b, and they're both variables, so we have to use the product rule. Time for plug and chug. 1 second. Okay.
We don't know the change of C
Good to go.
or C.
No. Change of C is indeed the unknown,
You do know C.
but we have the ability to find out what C is by using this equation. Okay, C squared
Or we could use
is equal to 5 squared plus 3 squared minus 2 times 5 times 3, and then we've already found out that the cosine of 120 is negative 1/2.
So we could have used that c squared, a squared, AB, right?
Oh, we could, yeah. Excuse me, but Steph just reminded me, I'm an idiot. Instead of doing it all the way up here, I have it right here.
That's a little harsh. Concept.
Okay,
Say that. What do you?
so
I thought I was the cruel one. to say that.
25 plus 9 plus 5 times 3 is 15. So that's 25, 34, 34 plus 15 is 49. Oh, how freaking convenient. No, there's something that really bothers
I
me.
said it's so sarcastic.
Well, it bothers me that they make these things work out, because we know in our lives, everything works out to whole numbers, right? How far is it to my house? It's exactly 1 mile. It's not 1.1, it's not 0.9, it's exactly 1 mile. It's extremely, it is dripping with sarcasm. Plug and chug. 2 times 7 times the unknown. 2 times 5 times. Oh, what did we say the ATT was? 14? Ship A moves at 14. Okay, times 14 plus 2 times 3 times 21 plus 5 times 21 plus 3 times 14. Now, at this point, that's a lot of numbers, but that's not, and then it's not an outrageous amount of, or it's not terrible. Okay, 2 times 5 is 10 times 14 is 140. 6 times 21 is 126. 5 times 21 is 105. 3 times 14 is 42. 2 times 7 is 14. Okay, let's see what we got here. 300, 366. Oh wait, no, it's going to round. It's going to be 7. You mean the 700s? No, 40 plus 42 is 82, plus 26 is 108. No, 118 plus another 5. I think it's going to end up being 723.
How did we get 700?
Oh, I don't know.
How did we?
I think we went 413.
1, 2, 3, 4, 413?
Aren't we looking at 413?
I don't know. I don't have a calculator next to me. Okay. And then divide by 14.
413 divided by 14.
Not. All right. Tomorrow, quiz. Tonight, please look at those 3 questions.
Wait, where do we get those?
They're in your hanging folder.